Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to get real Instagram followers fast using ads. This works for both business and personal profiles, and Instagram just launched a really great feature that makes getting followers with ads even easier and cheaper than ever before. Now, ads don't replace your organic efforts, but they will allow you to grow your Instagram account faster and get more reach out of your already performing organic content. And unlike with your organic content, with ads, you're able to control the actual country that your content's been shown to, as well as the demographic that are seeing it, so you're able to grow your following with the exact people that you're looking to have following your page. So the first thing you will need is a Meta Ads Manager account, as well as a Facebook business page if you want to be able to run ads. I won't show you how to set these up in this video as it's too easy to do and would take too long, but I will leave resources in the link below so you can go and find instructions on how to do that. The second thing you need to do is to convert your Instagram profile to a business or creator profile, as you won't be able to run ads with it being a personal profile. This literally takes 2 minutes to set up, and again, I'll leave a link in the description with instructions on how to do it. And once you've got all those things set up, you're ready to run ads. So let's jump into the laptop now and we'll start setting up our first campaign. So here we are inside Meta Ads Manager, and the first thing you're going to do is to come up to this green create button to create a campaign. So click on that. It's going to give you all these options. You want to select the traffic campaign here and then come and hit continue. Now, when you're presented with this, make sure you come down to this bottom step and select manual traffic campaign, okay? You need to select that, it's very important. So select manual traffic campaign and then hit continue. And that's going to open up a new campaign that we're ready to fill in. So give it a name of your choice. You could say like my initials and then maybe Instagram traffic, okay? And then followers. And then you're going to come down and make sure that this here, Advantage Campaign Budget, is turned off, okay? So that's all you need to do, just make sure that Advantage Campaign Budget is turned off. Then you're going to come to the bottom right corner and hit Next. And this is what you call an ad set. This is where we're going to set our targeting and the placements for the actual campaign. So come down and in this selection, this section conversion location, you should see a thing saying Instagram profile. Some accounts at the time of recording may not have this yet, but just know that it's going to come to you at some point soon if you don't have it. But I would think round about now, quite a lot of accounts will have this, okay? So you should have something saying Instagram profile. If you don't have it, you're just not eligible for it yet, maybe in your country, but it will come to you in the future. So click on that Instagram profile, and that means the traffic that we're sending can visit our Instagram profile now. So this is a new feature that didn't exist before, and it really changes the game. So come down now to the next section, which is your budget. I recommend just $5 or $10 a day, whatever is your currency, and then set the start date to the next day from whenever you're setting this up. So that'll be the 30th, and set it to midnight, okay? Then come down to this section that says audience controls, and we're going to skip that for now, and we're going to skip down to Advantage Plus audience, okay? Now, what is very important here, you want to switch this back to original audience options. If you use Advantage Plus audience, it means Meta are going to take your existing audience as a seed audience, but they have the freedom to expand on that. So if you're trying to control what targeting you're using, like what gender, what age, if you don't switch this, well, they can expand it to different ages and it defeats the whole point of you selecting those ages anyway, okay? So click to switch to original audience, and that will change this whole screen. So you'll see the thing with the country is now disappeared, and it's just this one audience section that has that included. So this is where we're now going to set our country. So what country do you want to advertise in? Where are you looking to get your followers from? You can do a range of countries, or you can isolate one country and see how it performs. To start, what I'll generally do is I'll pick a couple of countries, and then I'll come back in later once I know if that bunch works and look at what country had the most spend, what had the lowest cost clicks, and I might focus on that specific country. Tier 1 countries like the United Kingdom, like the United States, like European countries, Australia, Canada, they're going to have a very expensive cost per follow. So if you're looking to this for a specific business reason or like brand reason where you need to get people from a specific country, just beware that's what that's going to be. But if you're just looking to fatten up your following in general, have more followers, then maybe you want to go for cheaper countries, North African countries, India, Middle Eastern countries, Eastern European countries, because they're going to have a cheaper cost per click, which means you'll get cheaper followers as a result. But also the intent is different. Eastern European countries are maybe less likely to follow you, but North African countries probably are going to follow you. It depends on what you're offering. If you're not growing organically, you're not going to grow with ads. So the best thing to do is look where your organic growth is coming from. Look at the countries you currently are getting people from and target those countries. But like I said, if you're trying to get a specific country, you can pick that country, but just know you might have to pay extra for that. Okay, so we're going to let's just pick Morocco for now. Morocco's a very cheap country to get followers. Okay, so I picked one country. If I want to add another country, I just type in that other country. So like if I wanted to do Canada as well, I would type in Canada. Okay, but I'm just going to do Morocco for now. And then you're going to come and do the age and gender targeting. So you can just leave it open if you don't care, but you have to also think about what is your brand for the most optimal results. So if I was doing my personal profile, me running 18 to 65 is going to be very inefficient, or maybe I don't want older people viewing my page. So I'm going to go for a demographic that suits more in line with the kind of stuff I would be posting. So maybe like 18 to 35. And then the gender, obviously, men are not going to care about my profile so much. I have no inherent value. So I'm probably best selecting women, but that's going to depend on what your page is, what you're offering. If you have stuff that is relevant to both, you can select both. If you have stuff that's more relevant to men, you can select men. Okay, whatever works for you guys, you can test all these things out as well. And that is the targeting section done. So we want to go and capture that and put it into our name before we do anything else. So we're going to come up, we're going to put this ad set name as Instagram followers. We're going to say that the targeting was Morocco, or you can put like a acronym. We'll say that the age was 18 to 35. The gender was female. And then there's one more thing we're going to do, which is the placements. So I'll leave that open for now. So you're going to come down now, all the way down to this bottom section, placements. You need to hit on show more options, and you're going to go to this edit. So all placements selected currently, that's what they recommend. We don't want that for followers. You're going to come in and hit edit, and you're going to go to switch manual placements. Okay, so what they don't recommend, switch to manual placements. You want to turn off everything in the feeds. So come in, tick this so that everything is unchecked. You want to leave stories and reels on for now. Come down to search results, uncheck that, and just make sure everything else is unchecked. Stories and reels work the best for getting followers. Now, what I will say is reels really are the cheapest placement right now. So you will have lower cost followers if you're just running on reels only. But it depends on your content. If you don't have reel type content, maybe you're better just checking stories only. And if you want to have exposure in both, maybe you check Instagram stories and Instagram reels. So for now, I'm going to check both of them. But again, it depends on what your content is. If it's very much reel style content, just go with reels only, okay? But I'm going to capture that in the name now. So we've got Instagram stories and we've got Instagram reels. So let's just put in the name stories and reels. So that we know exactly what is in this ad set. Okay, so that is our targeting set up. We don't need to do anything else here. We can now hit next, and it brings us to the ad level. Okay, so just come out of that. So you can see I've got my Facebook business page set up is selected here. Select it if it's not. And then the Instagram account, or my Instagram account, is also selected, and that's fine. If you have to select another Instagram account, if you get multiple ones, just click on the drop down and come and select it. Then you're going to come down to the actual ad section. So we've got single image or video, that's fine. Multi-advertiser ads, I probably uncheck for this, and then come down to the ad creative section. So you're going to click on add media, and I recommend running with a video. Video is really going to do the best for followers, and again, that short portrait reel style of video is really what's going to work. What you should probably do is go into your actual organic reels and select the reels that have the most views, because those are the things that have worked organically, which means they're going to work as ads. Okay, they're popular organically, they will work the best as ads. So let's click on add video, and I'm just going to add like this video here as an example. So let's click on done. And this video has got me followers at low cost on my personal profile in the past. It's just a video of me walking, and then on my profile, there's no inherent value. So this really doesn't work that optimally if you're not growing organically and you don't have a good profile. So just want to stress that if you have a good profile, you're getting people organically, run the ads. If you're not, it's probably not going to work for you, okay? Unless you have a good profile. Like mine's not amazing, but it does work. I get getting followers, okay? And what you're going to get by running the ads is this: visit Instagram profile. This is the new feature. This did not exist. This would only appear if you boosted posts previously, but if you boost posts, you don't have as much control as we do in this ad platform. You can't control the placements, I don't think. So we really have a lot more control and data if we're doing it this way. But now we have the luxury of having that button, which makes this just as good as boosting the post. And in fact, this is better because you're not getting all the engagement on your posts, which makes it look like you've run ads. You know, if you've got a post and you boost it, it'll get all the engagement and people know you've run ads, or they'll think you're buying fake followers because it doesn't look right. You know, we can run this, we could put hundreds of thousands of dollars spend behind this, have like hundreds and thousands of comments on the reel, but no one would ever see it because it's an ad. As soon as we turn off the ad, it disappears, okay? So that is that. Yeah, let's go and add a text. You can just say something, you can just put whatever you want to put. Don't put things like follow, as that is against the terms and conditions of Meta and they might reject your ad. So yeah, you just put something, whatever text you had on your organic one, put it. Or you don't, in fact, you don't actually need to put any text if you don't want to either. That would be fine too. And also, one other note with the ad content, you know, if your girl's doing this where you have like videos that are a bit revealing, just watch out. Organically, they're a bit more lenient. If you put things on ads with like your cleavage showing or whatever, you might get rejected, okay? So just be careful with that. If you get too many rejections, they might delete your account. But yeah, give it a try, see what you can get away with. And then you'll gradually learn what is the best type of content to put on if that's what you're doing, okay? And that is pretty much it, I think, from this section. You would then want to have maybe 3 running. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to, let's give this a name. So just say like sunset. Come into this and click the 3 dots and hit on duplicate, and just leave everything as it is and hit duplicate, okay? And that's going to add a second ad here, and let's call this Santorini, as I'm going to add another video. Okay, everything is already set up exactly how we need it to be. Just going to come and clear all here, change your video to something else. So here's one of me in Santorini. Okay, and I would recommend adding a third one. I'm not going to show you it for now. And the next thing you would do is you'd come and hit publish, and that is you basically set up your ad for followers. Just make sure these are all white and not green. Okay, so hit publish on that one as well. Hit close up here. I need to remove these so you can see it, and you don't need to do this step, you'll just have the campaign. So there is my campaign. Here is my ad set with the targeting, and here are my ads. The pictures will appear in a minute once it's finished processing. So you're going to run that for 1 week and record how many followers you get, which I'll show you in the next step. I'll show you how to actually record that. But let's say you want to try some different targeting. You don't want to run it at the same time because then you have no idea what is generating your followers. You want to isolate variables. So they have added a column where you can see the followers or likes that you've got, but it's still in development, so I don't necessarily trust it that much. I would still do it the old way until this is properly being rolled out, okay? So if you want to add that column, come to this section with the 3 columns and scroll down to customize columns and then search for follow. Okay, so follows or like, and you can also add cost per follow or like. So it says this metric is still in development, which means it's probably not super accurate at the moment, but you can come in and hit apply. And that means whenever you're running these ads, you can go and look at how many follows you got and also what was the cost per follow. But I'm going to show you a manual way of also keeping track of this because it might actually be better than the results you get shown here, okay? So that's what you're going to do. You've got that one targeting. If I want to add another one, like I said, isolate the variables. So we would have turned that off after a week, reviewed our performance, and then you'd simply just duplicate it by doing Control D, and you would change whatever targeting you want to change. So maybe I want to now target a different country, but leave everything else the same. Well, let me go for France this time. Okay. Come and edit the name just to change that to say France, and then delete the copy sign. And you can see below it that you have the 2 ads copied over, just as the way you have the Morocco one with the 2 ads. Okay. So those ads have been duplicated. We can now just publish this French one. And now it is targeting France with those same 2 ads, which is brilliant. And we can just flick the French one on, and now that is live, okay? So that is live, we're running it. And again, you leave it a week and then come back and review the results. So I'm going to turn that off for now. And the next step is I'm going to show you how to actually review your results and optimize what you're doing. Okay, here we are in some that I've run before, and we're going to look at this top one specifically. So you can see here that this spent $20, right? I was just testing this out. You can also see that the cost per follow or like, or the follows or likes, hasn't come in. So that didn't exist like 30 days ago whenever I ran this to test it for the video. Yeah, so that doesn't exist. It might exist whenever you come to do it, but let's look at how we would optimize it anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a separate sheet where you record all of your data. So you can see here, we put the spend. We don't want to put anything in the gray. There's just formula here, so don't touch these. I'll give you the sheet, by the way. So you're going to put the spend. You're going to put what placements you were targeting. So here it was Instagram story only. The location, top locations. The age, 18 to 35 I put. Female. And then what was my current followers today when I am reviewing my performance, okay? Before you launch the campaign, what you'll need to do is you'll need to put your current followers, obviously. Otherwise, you'll have no idea where you started from. So before you run your campaign, come in to this sheet and put how many followers you have, so that you know what your growth has been. If you are growing already organically though, come and work out what is your average follower growth per week and put it into this section so that it is also taken into account. And then make sure you do this over a period of a week. Okay, so even if you don't run your ads for a full week, if you only run them for 3 days, wait a full week until you go and record this so that you actually know, well, that's how many of their average organic follows we would have got. Take that away. Here's how many we got from our ads, and that's going to spit out the cost per your ads. Okay, so everything in gray is formula. Don't put anything in it. So let's say we have, maybe I get like 2 followers on average a week. Well, my net growth was therefore 40 from when I started, which was a cost of 50 cents per follow, which is quite expensive, which is why I then tested doing it on the Instagram story. This is not right. This is Instagram Reels actually. Yeah, so that's why I ran it on Instagram Reels and it was half the price per follow. Same targeting, everything else the same. It's just the placement, okay? So yeah, that is a good result there. 31 followers net growth, and that's what you have to do, okay? So every single week, come in and add a new row, put in what you're doing that week, and then come in and add the spend when you review it and what your current follower count is. You'll have the gain, and then you also have this nice cumulative one, so you can look back and see how many followers you've gained after all of your advertising, okay? So let's go back into this. The next thing you need to do, so we saw that this is a top countries one. I don't have the individual countries. Well, this is how I can figure out what country is providing me with the most performance. So if we're getting followers, the place we're getting the followers is generally going to be the place getting the most spend. So you're going to come to this 3 line symbol, breakdown, select it and come to breakdown by country. Yours might be in by delivery and come to country. And then I can see the different countries that were providing followers. So you're going to come to the amount spend column and click on it so it filters by highest spend to lowest. We can see that Turkey, Morocco and Tunisia were our highest spending ones, but really the most spend was coming from Turkey by quite a large part. So I would say here Turkey's probably giving us most of the followers, but the other thing we can check is our cost per click. So it's not here. We're going to add it. So come to the 3 lines here, come to customize columns and click on clicks. You come to cost per click here, hit apply, and we can see the different costs per the clicks, okay? So you saw that Turkey has a 1 cent cost per click. Morocco, Tunisia, Colombia, they have 2 cents cost per click. So Turkey's a much cheaper placement to get clicks. If people are clicking, it's a higher chance that they're going to follow. So we can pretty much say that Turkey is a good placement to run. But you have these other placements here where they have low cost per clicks like Venezuela. So maybe you'd want to try and isolate Venezuela. So Venezuela is not getting spend or wasn't getting spend in the short period, which means it didn't get an opportunity, but its cost per click was low. So it might be something that I want to try. In this particular situation, it's only spent 17 cents. So, it's not really enough data to say it's got a low cost per click. You would want to have at least a couple dollars spent before you could judge the actual cost per the click, but I'm just using this as an example for you. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is how you would do it. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go make some ads and hopefully you get lots of followers.